I'm the convener of the Graduate Certificate of Editing and Electronic Publishing. There's an emphasis there on electronic, you'll notice, but it's not exclusively about electronic publishing. You may ask, what exactly does an editor do? What function do they have? And it's a valid question. It's not as clearly defined a role as, say, a teacher of English language would be. And a very broad answer to that question would be that an editor mediates between an author's text and the audience for that text. Now, the amount of influence, of input that an editor has on that text can vary very much depending on the context. So it might simply be a question of polishing words, or it might be a question of applying a set of standard spellings, or changing the language to fit the region that the piece is being published in. It might be a lot more lot more influence on the text that an editor has. So they might, for example, have to restructure the text or redesign it for a different kind of medium. So there's a lot of different aspects to an editor's work, and so that's why it's not so easy to pin down. We might also ask, in this age of digital publishing, what exactly is a publication? I mean, what a publication used to be thought of as was simply something that was printed and then copied, and lots of people could read it, or just something that had an audience of more than one. Nowadays, publication in the digital area can be a whole range of things. Is a website a publication? Yes, of course we talk about publishing a website, but what about a tweet, for example? That's something that's going to a whole diverse audience. Do they need editors? Probably they do, but we have to start thinking about the medium as well within the context of this course. So just thinking about career opportunities, and as I'm talking about the whole range of what an editor does, we can see that the career opportunities for an editor can be incredibly diverse in the current climate. So we've got the traditional areas of publishing. So book, newspaper, magazine, journal publishing, and traditionally they're thought of as being areas that editors work in, and there's a lot of kind of doom and gloom spoken about the death of print, about the death of the book, but in fact the opening up of digital publishing opens up all kinds of new areas and opportunities for editors to work in. So it's true that the print manifestation of these kind of publishing activities is shrinking, but that at the same time new areas are opening up. Media and marketing is an area where words are very important, and images as well, and an editor is often needed in these areas too. Thinking of a recent example where an editor would have been an editorial idea. An editorial eye would have been very useful. I don't know if people saw the publicity shot for Downton Abbey, and they managed to get a plastic water bottle on the mantelpiece behind these people in their period dress, which definitely needed a bit of editing of that image there. Government positions. Now, governments produce enormous amounts of language, of verbiage, and both internally, so producing reports and so on, but also getting messages out to the public through the internet and through other means, and also think about areas of, like editing politician speeches as well, so thinking about the areas there where editors are also needed. I'd like to draw attention to the fact that a lot of editorial positions now are freelance positions. So even the kind of the traditional publishing areas of, often if you're working for a book publisher, you won't be working in-house, you'll be working as a freelancer. But also thinking of the advantages of being able to work freelance. It allows you the flexibility to work for yourself. It allows you the flexibility to work from wherever you want to, with being able to communicate via computer. You could work anywhere in the world as an editor. You can travel as you're working. You have flexible working hours. Also, just thinking about with being freelance as well, I'll move on from that actually. Yeah, but I've just put etc. there just because I want you to start thinking about areas where language is needed to be edited, and there's all kinds of different areas. So I just want to put that little little thought in your mind about what other areas of language where an editor is needed. So people here are obviously interested in the topic of language as a career and using language. How can I gain the skills to get into a position of being an editor? Now, often people simply fall into the role of an editor, but we are able here at the university to give you a course that actually gives you skills, particularly looking forward into the roles that editors will have in the future. So the program structure is one of 16 credit points with 4 online units of study. They're all online. Initially, this program was set up as a way of giving extra professional experience to existing editors, but we've actually extended the range of the program. And from next year, we are introducing a new unit, which is Edit 600, Communication, Publishing, and Editing. And that's designed as a pathway specifically for undergraduate students who don't have any editorial experience to join the course. So previously, you needed some kind of experience to be able to participate in the program. This program will be, this particular unit will be about looking at communication in general and different modes of publication and the role of the editor within that. Edit 980 is tools of editing, and that's looking at the specific tools that an editor needs. So it's looking at practical skills like proofreading and copy editing. Also, that the use of the standards. So the industry has a set of standards, so we look at how that they apply to the editor's role. And also things like using style manuals and so on. So just practical tools is that one. Edit 981 is language, writing and editing. And that's looking more at how the interface between language and the audience and the knowledge that an editor needs for that. So we do teach some aspects of grammar and also look at areas like plain English, the use of plain English for getting for effective communication of within the context that it's needed. But also we look at different genres of writing and different genres of text. So what language is appropriate to the kind of publication, the kind of communication you need to be doing. And the final unit in this program is Edit 982, Content Management for Print and Online Delivery. And that's looking very much at how information is structured for different modes of communication, for different modes of publication. And also looks very closely at the role of an editor as part of a process, so looking at them as often as a project manager and how they work within a team to produce a publication. So this course can be completed over 1 year, so you can take 2 units per semester, or else you can just take 1 unit per semester or mix and match. As I say, it's been designed for particularly for people who are in full-time employment. So that they've been able to complete the course with the flexibility that we allow. Entry requirements, again, a bachelor degree is required. And we've got English language proficiency. Clearly it's English language medium teaching, and we are looking particularly at examples of editing within English, so we need a certain level of English requirement there. Also, as I mentioned before, editing experience was previously a requirement, and it can still apply if you want to apply for the program. You can actually waive the entry, the pathway level Edit 600 if you can prove it's normally 1 year full-time equivalent experience within the field of editing. So that's the basic entry requirements there. And yes, we're hoping to get a nice diverse range of students. We already get a really big range of students within the course because, as I said at the start, editing is such a diverse role. So we get a really nice range of students, and a lot of, even though it's online, we encourage a lot of interaction between students, and some of the assessments are in fact done via bulletin boards and so on. And it's in fact a way of networking as well. Often our students have found they've made very useful contacts through coming on the course and being able to get to find work through actually studying. So that's what I've got to say about this particular program. So again, if there's any questions now, I'm happy to take them, or later if you think of them later. Okay, thank you.